one of the main problems with refugee artists or artists in exile who come over, I mean, one of the potential issues, the big issue, is obviously language is still the main area of concern, one of the main problems they've got is language. But also when they kind of first arrive, that art, even if they were professional artists or professional musicians back in the country, wherever they came from, that is the least thing on their mind when they get over here, because what they're faced with is trying to survive in a generally quite hostile environment. And that coupled with the language issues makes it a little bit more difficult, well, not a lot more difficult, for them to kind of integrate and actually start developing their artwork. So it does take them 2 or 3 years. I mean, there's quite a lot of cases where I've kind of met people who have literally just come into the country, had a chat with them, told them about Long Journey Home, asked them to see if they can get involved in kind of various activities. And I literally haven't heard from them again for 2 or 3 years. And the main reason is they've got other things to think about. They've got, potentially, especially if they're fleeing from a war-torn country, they've potentially got friends and family back home who they haven't heard of. They don't know whether they're still alive, or whether they're in prison. They're struggling against a kind of a system here where they're trying to get status, they're trying to find solicitors to put forward their case. And years can go by before they kind of start feeling a little bit more confident about looking at developing their art and taking up their art again, whether it's, as I say, whether it's being musicians or filmmakers or writers or visual artists. So they just kind of need a lot more support than most artists, really. And also it's a very different culture here, very different kind of system. Most other countries in Africa and the Middle East, and indeed quite a lot across the world, there is no such thing as an arts council. There is no such thing as places where they can get support, either funding support or support through other organisations to perform their work, or be given the opportunity to kind of exhibit some of their work. So they generally speaking, they just need a little bit more, they just need a lot more support on a one-to-one basis generally than ordinary artists, UK-born artists. Well, the support, I mean, basically it can just take sitting down, talking to them, finding out exactly what it is they want to do in terms of their art, where they want, where they see themselves in terms of how, their art is going to progress. So it's about one-to-one mentoring at the end of the day, and supporting them to find those opportunities, whether it be to exhibit work or to perform on the main stage, or to perform their music in various venues. So it's one-to-one. But also then occasionally we'll have meetings of a number of artists, so artists can actually help each other and support each other. And today's meeting was a cracking example of that, actually. It was great. It was nice to see so many people here, and it was lovely to see so many people being supportive of each other. And that's taken quite a long time to do that, I think, really. But yeah, Nottingham is particularly good there's a lot of artists who are being very supportive to each other and helping each other, and that's great, really.